When it comes to China's current economy, many people shake their heads. However, a group of people in China live a life of guaranteed income in good times and bad. They eat natural and organic foods not contaminated by pesticides and fertilizers, travel in luxury cars, and are very wealthy. What's more, many of them have their wives and children living overseas with a large amount of wealth where they live a privileged life. This group of people are the officials of the Chinese Communist Party. Although it cannot be said that every CCP official makes money unethically, there are very few officials in this red country that can keep their position without corruption. In July 2013, Luo Yinguo, the former secretary of the CCP's Maoming Municipal Committee in Guangdong Province, was sentenced to death with a stay of execution for bribery in the unexplained source of his vast wealth. On the surface, Luo was corrupt, receiving bribes of 220 million and having more than 100 mistresses. These are common among corrupt officials in China. What gives the outside world a glimpse into the dark world of this corrupt official are his sincere words during the investigation. The key question is who is not a corrupt official. Can you name a person at my level who isn't a corrupt official? Isn't this a time of corruption? Isn't it corrupt officials investigating another group of corrupt officials and corrupt elements to crack down on corruption? Do I really have to tell you this? Don't you know who is investigating me? Who among you would dare to say that you are innocent? Look at the way you dress, the cigarettes you smoke, and the watches you wear. None of them cost less than $1,100 to $13,000 US. Is your salary enough to pay your cigarettes for a year? People in my position can support 80 or 100 mistresses. That is normal. Everyone is corrupt, so why are you arresting me? Arrest them all together, starting with the village chief and working your way up, and see who is more innocent than me. I'm just a small fish. Dare you to arrest the high-ranking corrupt officials? Luo Yinguo once said, "If I am a corrupt official, it shows that the Communist Party's bureaucracy is full of corrupt officials. Why are you persecuting me? If you're so capable, if you really want me to confess, I can go on confessing for 3 days and 3 nights, or even 3 months or 3 years, and I can turn the whole Maoming government upside down." And that's exactly what he did. It's said that within a month of his arrest, Luo Yinguo snitched on more than 100 officials, causing a major earthquake in the Maoming government. Ironically, in 2008, according to reports in official media such as the Maoming Daily, Luo Yinguo had said that he wanted to promote the construction of a clean and honest party vigorously. He preached one thing in public but continued to be corrupt in private. This is the norm for corrupt officials in China. On July 22, 2016, Luo died in prison of stomach cancer. Since taking power in 2012, CCP leader Xi Jinping has talked about fighting corruption and has arrested many corrupt officials. However, 12 years later, Chinese officials continue to engage in corruption. Whenever an official is arrested, there is always news about how much money he or she embezzled. Millions of dollars is considered relatively small. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or even billions of dollars is commonplace. An online post circulated with the words, "The world's most profitable industry is serving the people." It included a photo of Liu Shuzhou, the former vice governor of Henan Province. After his downfall, it was revealed that he had sexually assaulted more than 200 women, had more than 80 mistresses, nearly 7.4 billion in deposits, 186 kilograms of gold, countless pieces of jewelry, 136 properties, and 83 luxury cars. The post lamented, "Now you know where the money went. There's more money in his basement than in the vaults of the mint." Liu was sentenced to life in prison. Corrupt officials are happy to take bribes, but where to hide the money is a headache. In January 2018, a video circulated on Chinese social media showing someone buying a second-hand apartment that was supposed to be renovated. When they knocked down the balcony wall, they were surprised to find a lot of neatly stacked banknotes, reportedly 20.63 million, while some sources said 8.8 million. The new owner of this apartment was so shocked that he quickly called the police. When the police arrived, they too were afraid to move the money, so they informed the prosecutor's office and the money was confiscated. Someone on the internet said that this happened in a residential area in Beijing, while others said it happened in Harbin City or Jilin City in Heilongjiang Province, which is in the northeast of China. Judging from the accents of the homeowners and the police, this incident should have happened in the northeast of China. With so much neatly arranged cash, it is more likely that it was earned illegally. On November 19, 2024, the Supreme People's Procuratorate of China announced that the Ordos City Procuratorate of the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region had filed an indictment against Wang Yilin, former party secretary and chairman of the China National Petroleum Corporation, for alleged bribery. The prosecution charged that Wang should be held criminally liable for accepting bribes and receiving property from others. The amount is huge, without detailed numbers. From the following video, it can be seen that the amount is indeed huge. It is circulating on the Chinese internet that the basement of Wang's villa has a storage room that is massive, which was found to contain piles of neatly stacked cash. It's estimated that it will take 10 trucks a week to finish unloading. Wang receives a monthly pension of more than $2,000 after his retirement. In January 2023, Hunan TV publicized a video about the anti-corruption movement in Hunan Province in 2022. Revealing details of how corrupt officials hide their money. Fu Guoping, the former deputy director of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress of Xiangtong City, Hunan Province, had received so many gifts and cash payments that he built a house in his hometown in the countryside, which was used specifically to hide the money in goods. When Fu was investigated, the investigators found a wall in the attic of the house that was freshly painted with cement and showed signs of obvious repair. The investigators knocked on the wall and found boxes and boxes of cash stacked inside. Bank staff counted the money for 5 hours non-stop using 5 banknote counters and found that it totaled more than 1.65 million. Fu also has a lot of cigarettes and alcohol stored in his home. There are more than 230 boxes of Mao Tai, which is the most expensive domestic alcohol alone, enough to fill a truck. I don't know what to do. This blogger describes the ways corrupt officials go to great lengths to hide their money. Jiang Juanbo, former secretary of the Kuzhou Municipal Committee, hid the precious items he received, such as gold bars and gold jewelry, in the bellies of ducks and fish and then put them in the kitchen freezer to freeze them. Xu Qiyao, former director of the Jiangsu Provincial Construction Department, wrapped the bribe money in plastic wrap, bundled it layer by layer to make it waterproof, and hid it in the toilet pit in his hometown, in a tree hole in the yard, and stuffed it into the stove full of straw ash. He also dug a pit in the rice fields and buried the bundles of money. He even took the roof tiles off the house and stuffed some bundles of money in them before covering them up again. What's even funnier is that Hu Fangyu, the former vice chairman of the Guizhou Provincial Political Consultative Conference, hid his bank book with huge money savings in a specially made belt. While he was sleeping, a thief quietly used a hook to hang his pants out the window, then stole his wallet from his pants pocket and threw his pants along with the belt out the back door of the courtyard. 2 elementary school students saw this and submitted the pants to the police station. Upon inspection, the police found that the pants belt had a hidden layer with a bank book with $57,769 in it. Then they followed and arrested Hu Fangyu. Before these officials were exposed, they all wore honest faces. On October 29, 2024, Sun Jigong, former secretary of the Guizhou Provincial Party Committee, was sentenced to death with a 2-year reprieve and life imprisonment. He was accused of accepting bribes totaling $112 million by way of stock subscription, project promotion, real estate development, and project contracting between the second half of 2002 and August 2023. This is a scene from his oath-taking on January 30, 2016, when he was elected governor of Guizhou Province.
我宣誓，忠于中华人民共和国宪法。
I swear to uphold the Constitution of the People's Republic of China, to safeguard the authority of the Constitution, to fulfill my legal duties, to be loyal to the motherland and the people, to be dedicated and honest in my work, to accept the supervision of the people, and to work hard to build a prosperous, democratic, civilized, and harmonious socialist country.
社会主义国家努力奋斗。宣誓人孙志刚。
At the bottom of the video is the scene of Sun with tears in his eyes when the Tianjin Municipal Court was trying him on August 14, 2024. Guizhou Province has the largest number of poor people in China, but this does not affect the corruption of local officials in the slightest. According to the Chinese Communist Party, Guizhou has produced 7 major corrupt officials over the years. Besides Sun Jigong, who we have mentioned, here are 6 others. Li Ziyong, former vice chairman of the Guizhou Provincial Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, a total of 59.42 million. Wang Xiaoguang, the former deputy governor of Guizhou Province, a total of 28.88 million. Zhou Jinkun, the former deputy chairman of the Guizhou Provincial Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, a total of 14.855 million. Yuan Renguo, former chairman of the Maotai Group, a total of 15.53 million. Gao Weidong, former director of the Guizhou Provincial Coalfield Geology Bureau, a total of 15.13 million. On November 23, 2024, at the 20th anniversary seminar of 9 commentaries, former Chinese Communist Party official Zhou Guogong used personal experience to expose the various kinds of darkness in the Chinese Communist Party's officialdom. He said that being a leader in China is easy work and that meetings are just a matter of reading from a script. They have secretaries or other office staff to write the scripts, so as long as you don't misread the words, you'll be fine. The person in charge just listens to the deputy's reports. Mistakes can be made and no one will come to correct you. Some retired and soon-to-be retired officials now worry that the CCP might use legal means to seize their wealth. They worry that as they still receive a high level of welfare after they retire, the CCP might want to get rid of them to save the spending. This picture shows a high-ranking official meeting in China. How sleepy they are. The book Common Bottom Line by Chinese writer Qin Wei has been widely circulated on Chinese social media. One part in the book has attracted attention. Under unchecked power, it will sometimes go left and sometimes right. It also relies on authoritarian power. First it robs in the name of the left, and then it divides the spoils in the name of the right. In the name of socialism, the private property of the common people is made public, and in the name of market economy, public property becomes the private property of the powerful and privileged. The state-owned enterprise becomes a primitive accumulation pump in this left-right cycle, with unrestrained power as a powerful engine. On the one hand, it pumps the private property of the ordinary people into the national treasury. On the other hand, it pumps the property of the national treasury into the private pockets of the powerful and privileged. This book is really bold. These words are a very vivid description of the CCP's administration. One blogger pointed out the hypocrisy of the CCP's government. The spokesman for the Ministry of Finance said that in the future the government is willing to live a frugal life in exchange for the public's good life. I was really moved when I heard this. There is nothing wrong with that statement. In fact, we ordinary people are not willing to let the government live a frugal life. We just hope to live the same life as the government officials. We just want to share both the blessings and the hardships with them. It is enough for government employees to be treated equally as the rest of us. There is no need to have two standards. That is to say, there is no need for the government to do the exchanges. What kind of life do ordinary people lead while these corrupt officials enjoy their deep pockets? We earn every penny bit by bit, while they are greedy for billions and billions. Then they told us we must always remember that hard work leads to prosperity. Volunteers from Pingdingshan, Henan Province visited a poor family in the area. The photographer said, "They are really extremely poor, so poor that they don't even have underwear and can only lie naked on the bed." Just eat the steamed buns. No need to talk, just eat. Look, he lives in such poverty. The care team came over with some food, just some apples, pears, and steamed buns. Eat until you're full. I'll stop talking and let you eat first. Some netizens said, "Aren't they out of poverty?" That's a good question. On February 25, 2021, CCP leader Xi Jinping announced at the National Conference on Poverty Alleviation and Commendation that 98.99 million rural poor people have all been lifted out of poverty by current standards, saying that a miracle has been created. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a message, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.